You could see if there is a will for Sarah Green. You could look up any other Greens in York County for the period. I would go backward in time from the date of her death from 1757 and see when her husband died and see what his will said, if he had one. You could look up what land they owned. A lot of the county courts have other kinds of records like depositions and court suits, and you can look up and see if there are any legal suits involving Sarah Green or any other people whose last name is Green. It's hard to determine for sure if all the Greens are the same family, but a lot of times just by reading those records you can figure out if they're related. So I think the first thing would be to try and figure out what her husband's name was, and then I'd try to figure out if she had other family members, children, brothers, sisters. There aren't good marriage records for a lot of colonial Virginia. Particular parishes might have them, but that's really hit and miss. They weren't kept by the state at that time, so one of the problems in dealing with women in these records is that you often don't have their maiden names, so you're really tied to understanding them through their husbands. If there was any question about how she died, there would be an inquest, there could be court proceedings, criminal proceedings. Contesting wills was very common, so after 1759, after this inventory was submitted and the will was probated, if there was a will, other creditors might come forward, other heirs might come forward, so there could be a legal trail subsequent to this inventory, and a lot of those records are available on microfilm. Once you have a person, a name, it's often easier to trace what happens before and after.